All right, let's do this. Let's go live. Hopefully, everybody can hear me well. Good morning. I hope everybody's having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Saturday morning. All right, so let's see. We got Tiger Stackers in the house. Hey, Tiger Stacker, good morning. Hope you have a safe trip back if you're not already home. Eric Bayer, good morning. Hey, EMR, good to have you. Coin Junkie, good to see you here. Siren, as always, thank you so much for being in the stream and supporting me as a mod. I do absolutely appreciate you. So thank you so much. I am going to open up. Chewy Duck is in the house. Yeah, it's early, but it's early for a reason. So for those of you who don't know, um, I live in San Antonio, Texas, and we have a really cool event going on today around the 11:30 hour, and we get to see a full solar eclipse. That is going to be badass. So I am going to be taking off a little bit early. We have an event. I got my frostbite paraphernalia. I'm going to go support the channel, and we're going to go check out the full solar eclipse. Now, there's two types of eclipses. There's an annular eclipse and a total eclipse. Um, this time, it's going to be an annular eclipse, meaning that the sun and the earth are farther away from each other. So the distance from the moon makes it a little bit smaller against the surface of the sun. So you see the ring of fire. Whereas in April of 2024, again, my backyard, we're going to see a total solar eclipse, and the sun is a little bit closer to the earth because of our kind of elliptical orbit. And so that perigee, I think it's called, we're a little bit closer. So the moon's going to appear about 11% bigger. That's going to block the photosphere of the sun, and you're going to get the ring of fire. That's the little, or the diamond that has a little mark up there. And then you'll actually see a lot more of that corona and the solar flare and all that other stuff. So within 6 months of each other, I get to see both. Absolutely phenomenal. So I'm going to be heading there. So I'm starting a little bit early today to make sure to do that. All right. So let's see. We got Jeff Davis is in the house. Jeff Davis, thank you so much for being a channel member. I greatly appreciate you. Kinomine is in the house. Thank you, Kinomine, for being here. Chewy Doc, I already said hi to you. Glad you're here. I don't really see anybody else coming in yet. We'll give it just a couple moments. I do have a couple things, a little bit of show and tell. Um, Something that I picked up for those of you who don't know, uh, Coin Junkie, or not Coin Junkie, sorry, Coin Dude. I seen Coin Junkie's name, and Coin Dude, his sister's house burnt down, and so they had a small little benefit um, to try to give some money or raise some money so that they could get kind of like some general. Malcolm's coins. Good morning. Hope you're doing well, sir. Um, Appreciate you being in the stream. Um, and so there's a little bit of a benefit, and I put in for it. Put one spot in for St. Jude and St. Jude 1, and I've got a couple pieces of gold that are going to be going to St. Jude, as well as a couple reckless metal pours that are going to be going to St. Jude. Tiger Stacker, you're a stud, man. Tiger Stack, he just joined as a member. Thank you so much. Uh, if you guys haven't already, Tiger Stacker, he's is new and upcoming in the stacking world. He has kind of a unique way of dealing with himself, where he's this tiger, and he just I really like the concept that he's putting forth. He's got a lot of banter going on with some of the colleagues that are here. So I've been doing what I can to kind of help him out. He's a good dude, really is a good dude, and smart, has some great ideas. His video editing is great. It's on point. So if you ain't a member, or you're not subscribed to him, go check that out, because Tiger Stacker's a good dude. So go over and check him out. But Tiger Stacker, thank you so much for being a member, brother. I appreciate you very, very much. Um, all right. So, man, dude, you know what? You're a good man. I'm happy to support good channels. siren through your link in there. So thank you guys for doing that. If anybody ever wants to uh, put their channel in, all they have to do is the exclamation point, find me, FINDME, no spaces, and that will bring up your channel. People can click on it and then go straight to your channel. If you need information, um, Tiger, there's a couple compliments that I could get that I would really appreciate. Saying I make numismatics not boring. I appreciate that. I really do. Um, hey, Space Miner, good to see you. Happy trails from New Mexico. But I do appreciate that. The other one is, hey, I learned something today. If you ever want to make me smile, then that's definitely something that you can say to me. Because I really try to give you guys good information. So outstanding. Oh, the one and only brown sugars in the house. Thank you so much, my sister from the New York Sky Rim. I hope everybody's doing well up there. It's good to see you. All right. So, for those of you that know me, I like obviously the numismatic stuff, but I was born in 1973. So I try to collect as many things as I have. And so, Joe Durbin, this is one I needed. I'm collecting the brown ikes. I only need two more. Uh, Scratch that. Only need one more, I believe, for the brown ike because I think it's 71 to 74. So I need the 74, but I got the 73. I had purchased a 1973 before and then opened it up, was kind of going through it, and I lifted it up and the cover fell off. Well, if anybody knows these, this is sealed. That shouldn't fall off. So when I picked it up and the cover fell off, I was like, what the hell? So I looked at it and there was a fingerprint on the coin. So somebody had taken the nicer coin out, replaced it with another one, and I contacted the coin shop that I bought it at. And I was like, "Hey, I'm displeased with this." And they made it correct, but these should not fall apart. So if you ever get one of these and it comes apart, I mean somebody's tampered with it. Look for that because people will replace the coins and they'll polish them and put non-silver coins in there. So be aware of that. Um, I got the coin taken care of. It was no problem. But again, just little things that you need to look for. So talk to Joe Durbin. Joe Durbin hooked me up and got me this one. So I want to say thanks to Joe Durbin for doing that. And as a little special whatever, he also sent me the 73 Blue Ike. So awesome for that. So I don't know if me is in the house, YouTube me. Um, but he was going to help me get a couple of the other Ikes so I can finally wrap up my entire set. But anyway, so I just wanted to say a huge shout out to uh, Joe for connecting me with that. So I appreciate it. Me is here. Me, I hope you just heard it. Um, Blue and Brown Ike 73. I just got them. Joe Durbin hooked me up with those. So anyway, I want you to be aware of that. I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you. Um, but thanks for being here. Medga's guy is in the house. Medga's guy, thank you so much for coming into the stream and hanging out with me this morning. I appreciate it. Again, I know it's early, but for those of you that didn't hear, today at about 10:40 to around 11:45, San Antonio is in the path of a full solar eclipse. So there's going to be a full solar eclipse. So we're going to be checking that out. So again, just want to say hi. Big Apple Stacker, yo, forget about it. I know, forget about it. I know I'm massacring that. You're probably like, what a fool. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for coming into the stream. It's good to see you. I'm very appreciative of you stopping in, brother. I appreciate it. Chief Stacker is in the house. Love you, brother. This is another brother from my Navy mother. Yesterday, we got to experience the birthday of the U.S. Navy. So happy late belated birthday, U.S. Navy. William E is in the house. Chief, again, thank you for being a channel member. I sincerely appreciate you, brother. Love you a ton, bud. William E's in the house. William E is a channel member. And again, thank you so much for doing that. Yeah, I know Big Apple. It's like, you guys, northern boys, southern boys should not be trying to talk with the accent, but got to do what you got to do. One time late at night, we'll we'll make sure that I'll tell you a joke about the mood party. You got to do it, can't do it here. I'll get a strike for certain. But oh, let's see. So who do we got here? Who do we got here? Woohoo! What's going on? This is Dr. Coin himself. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, bud. I got to meet him in Tulsa. Absolute genuine guy. Uh, Good to see you. Thank you for being in here. Give me a little bit of a banter for my lack of proper English in one of my trivias. I appreciate that. But good to see you in the stream, bud. All right. So, really quick, let's go ahead and get into kind of today's topic. As you've seen, proof that Frosty has a dirty mind. So, I want to do something. Many people know that we do coin roll hunts, coin searches, and things like that. And one thing that you'll see when I'm doing a coin roll hunt or investigating coins or stuff like that is you'll see me put on gloves, right? And a lot of times we do this if we're dealing with silver or we're dealing with something like that because we don't want to leave fingerprints on the coins. So if I'm touching, and I just tore the hell out of my glove, by the way, but um, so if I am touching silver or something like that, then I want to make sure I'm not leaving fingerprints on the coins. I want to make sure the oil from my hands is not getting on the coins. But I also do this when I'm searching weed scents. Why do I do that? Well, I do this for two reasons. Number one is coin rolls and stuff like that. They get dirty, and I don't want to get my hands all nasty and messed up. But I don't. If I use lotions or things like that, I don't want them to get on the coins. If I happen to come across a nice coin, I don't want to get that fingerprint on there. I don't want to do that because they detract from the values of of the coin if you have fingerprints and stuff like that on them. Uh, that's exactly where I'm going, woohoo. But it's not just pennies, it's money in general, right? And money in general is extremely, extremely dirty, which makes it me always laugh. And I always tell the joke that, I don't understand with as dirty as money is, uh, why is it illegal to launder it? But, okay, so even though money is dirty, I'm gonna start this and I'm gonna preface this by saying that something should be absolutely clear as Eric Eric's like, "My Sasquatch hands aren't conducive to gloves." Um, yeah, need to make gloves because you can't use the kind that have the powder in them, because the powders, when it gets, the coins get moist and stuff like that, actually can cause, some corrosive, reaction. So you wanna make sure that you don't use the talcum, because the talcum can react with the coins, causing that issues as well. Um, if that happens all the time, then you can use a product called finger cots or finger condoms, not being dirty, covers the fingers. Yeah, so you can use finger cots and stuff like that. But the thing is that again, the oils from your hands. So if the coin rolls into your hand, you don't want the oil from your hand being on it. But I was looking at a couple studies. Now I've seen some of these in the past, and some of these go back from 2002, 2005, 2010. I'm going to take 2003 just because the year is easy. We're in 2023. It's an easy 20-year difference. So I want you to think about some things that been able to look at. So there's one thing about studies that are done not just in the United States, because when we talk about stuff in the United States, it's easy for everybody to default to the United States. See Happy Chappy's in the house. See Happy Chappy, thank you so much for being a channel member. Hey, dude, I hope all is well. Praying about the situation you text me with. So hope all went well. Hope the thing that went on yesterday uh, is good. Uh, I would love to see what the end result was from Silver Bull 30 setup. But anyway, keep me informed on what's going on with that. But I hope everything is well done. So when you look at things like searching pennies or searching nickels or searching dimes or searching quarters or halves or anything like that, I don't always wear gloves just to protect the coin. I wear gloves to protect myself. And so I started doing some research and started looking at some of the crap. And when I mean crap that can be found on coins, right? And there was a thing from the Global Hygiene Council. Now, there's a couple different years. There were studies done in South Africa. There were studies done in Europe. There were studies done in Canada. There were studies done in the US. And on average, there was something around 60% of people don't wash their hands after using the restroom. Now, there have been social studies and social groups that in certain areas find that in impoverished areas, it's even higher than in some of your higher, wealthier areas. So, class is also a determinant. Education is the determinant. But when you lump them all together, it's 60 to 65% of people across the globe don't wash their hands after utilizing. And we're talking first, second world issues, right? We're not talking third world, but we're talking just in general and handling coins. So when you look at money, one of these studies, and when I started looking at this, right, I knew, okay, so here's a question before I go there. Hey, Kellen, what's up? Mr. Melted's in the house. Appreciate you being here. Thanks, bud. Um, Here's a little bit of a trivia question. Now I've got a coin here. It's a religious coin. I know it's a religious coin because it's holy. But it's actually a seated Liberty dime. Okay, it's from 1880 or 1858, and I'm going to give this to who can ever give me the correct answer. The first person to give me the correct answer in chat. All right, all right. Not even it's not even a correct answer. It's uh, the closest to the top five. Okay, I'm going to give you the top five, but give me three of the top five things that are found on a dollar bill. Go ahead and throw that in. Three of the top things that are found within a dollar bill. Let me know if you can see these. Now, I want you to be a little bit specific. So when you say something like, you know, no, I can't do that without giving it away. All right. Kellen, William, me. Okay. Star notes. You can find star notes on dollar bills. That is true. Spiderwebs. Eric Bayer. Bam. Okay. Now, EMR coins got the other one that I would take. Okay. Blood. That's the other one. Feces, oil, fecal matter, blood. Okay. Those are three of the top four. Can anyone, I haven't seen the last one. Anthrax. Okay, so we're kind of getting into the right things. I'll take brown sugar's anthrax. Eric, I'll send you this if you want it. If you want me to give it away, let me know. But congratulations. So the final one is pneumococcal staph, E. coli, right? Bacteria. Bacterium related to things associated with feces and the other stuff. But the top three, okay, in order is feces. Number one thing that you find in money, if you're going to find anything in money, is feces. Number two is E. coli or some strain of staph infection type. Uh, and well, you were thinking dirty, Frost. Yeah, well, I was thinking dirty, right? And this is again play on words or whatnot. But again, when you're looking at this, and then the last one again was cocaine, drugs, right? And so when I was looking through this and I was looking at kind of, is this, are these just US studies? So I started looking around to try to find out if this was something that was, and in fact, it's everywhere, right? Those three things are found everywhere and on money. And so when we're doing a coin battle, but E. coli is in feces. Yeah. But again, they could find the bacterium without being having, and we're talking about trace amounts of things, right? Um, but you could find the bacterium without the presence of fecal matter. So it could be transferred without it. So there was no presence of the fecal matter, but it was on there. Um, but again, E. coli, staphylococcal, whatever the other thing is, it starts with a P, Pryproprian, something or other. I try to remember what that one was. I can't remember the name of that one. But when you're looking at those particular items, those were the kind of the major things. Um, but I started looking at this and I started kind of digging into it. And I started looking around at, well, should we wash our bills? I mean, what, what do you do? Because you don't want to wash coins. You can't clean coins because you destroy the value. So it's really important when you're searching for coins, when you're looking through those things. Number one, wash your hands often, right? Um, take breaks and wash your hands. If you switch between different rolls, or you're switching between a different box, or you're switching different coins, if you're going to handle a nice coin after handling some just generalized cents in bank wrapped rolls, wash your hands, change your gloves, right? These are just different things that you want to do. Number one, it protects the coin. That's ultimately what we want to do, right? We want to protect the coin. We want to safeguard that stuff. And you don't want to transfer one thing to another. But again, it's just hygiene, right? Making sure that you take care of yourself. Now, the other thing is when you go wash your hands, don't put lotion on immediately after, right? When you're handling coins, you want to make sure that you don't put any kind of moisturizer or anything on your hand. You want to make sure that it's extremely dry. You almost want like really dry hands. That way, you're not transferring anything to the coin. Now, we've talked about this before, and I've got an old quarter here, right? You want to hold the coin this way. You do not want to hold the coin this way. This will cause a fingerprint or at least an imprint on it. So you don't want to hold a coin this way. You want to hold the coin this way. Anytime you touch it, you should be touching the rim, not the edge. This is called the edge. This is the rim. You want to be touching the rim, um, or the edge, the rim, right? You don't want to hold it by the face, the obverse, reverse. Always hold the coin like this. But again, even this, you're going to get stuff on your hands. So when you're touching a bunch of them and you're looking through them, and when you're looking through pennies, you're not picking it up and looking at it like this. We understand that. So again, wear gloves just because you can. You should. It's there to protect the coin, but it's also there to protect yourself. Now, I want to get into something else really quick, and then we're just kind of going to open it up for just general chit chat. But I started looking at because William E still here? Because this morning, him and I were doing a little bit of banter back and forth. He was watching some of the shorts. We're going to talk about that in just a second. And he said something, well, I guess I shouldn't lick my coins. And it's like, well, yeah, obviously not. But there's something to a very particular metal that was utilized in silverware, and that is silver, right? Silverware. They didn't call it, it was a utensil, but they actually called it silverware. And it got me to think, and I always knew that there was some sort of kind of um, property that kept things from being that would keep food from spoiling and stuff. But silver actually has a very strong antibacterial property, right? But doesn't mean you should go around looking at. But when you look at these places, I don't know if you guys have them, but we have water trees in our area, and the water trees are places where you can go get either high alkaline water or you just go fill your water jugs or stuff like that. And they use a silver filter. It's a actually um, a silver chloride. There's another material in there. I can't remember what it is. And they pass the water through, and it actually takes out a lot of the bacterium. But there's a lot of different applications for silver. Again, because it does have known antibacterial properties. But one thing that we still don't know is the toxicological effect to human cells. It's probably a very low issue, but there is still one. But again, when you look at the dirtiness of coins, when you're looking at that, handling this stuff, silver is probably safer to handle than cents, than nickels, than dimes and quarters. But again, when you're handling your silver, again, you want to make sure you protect the coin from your oils and stuff. So again, I know this just was kind of random, out of the blue, willy-nilly kind of stuff, but wear gloves, wash your hands. These are all things that we know. Uh, those, and I think we got 2 or 3 people in here. I know we got 2 physicians in here. I know we've got 1 nurse that's in the chat right now. Universal protocol, the number one way you can produce safer environments is simply by washing your hand. It's the number one strategy in all of medicine. It's the safest, the best, most effective thing that you can do is to wash your hands. So when you're doing it, even here in looking at coins, dealing with your silver, if you're a stacker looking at gold or whatnot, wash your hands. It's a really simple thing. So again, Frosty had dirty mind, was thinking about all the nasty things that were on the coins. Wanted to share that with you. It's a really quick, simple topic. But again, if you're looking at doing this, I just want to make sure that you protect yourself and your investment, right? Make sure that you're protecting the stuff that you own. Tiger Stacker says silver exhibits low toxicity in the human body and minimal risk is expected due to clinical exposure, ingestion, dermal application through. Yeah, that's what I said. It's lower than to us than it is to the bacteria. So silver's more toxic to bacteria than it is the human body, but we still don't know all the effects of it. Now, again, you're not going to want to go out and be licking your coins, right? You just don't do that. Just like if you have what's the bismuth, right? You don't want to be licking bismuth, although bismuth is used in things like Pepto-Bismol for upset stomach and diarrhea and stuff like that. Doesn't mean you want to go out and actually lick the full metal bismuth, right? But they do have the properties. So again, there are things about the minerals and things that come out of the earth that are beneficial to you. I'm not going to get into the whole health topic of mineralogy and things like that. But again, when you're talking about numismatics, when you're talking about value, not only protect the coins, but again, just protect yourself. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to just open this up to just general chit chat. We're only about, oh man, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes into the stream. I'm only going to keep this open about 15 to 20 more minutes, simply because I want to finish getting ready and get over to the event. So I do want to ask a question though. So there's so many great sites regarding this solar eclipse. Is there anybody in chat that is even remotely interested in me streaming the solar eclipse? Because if you guys want me to do it, I have a lens set up for this. It goes over the top of it. I can get it in, set it up, turn it on. I do have my camera. I've got my camera and stuff done. I can do that. But when you're talking about actually watching the physical solar eclipse and all that stuff, you have NASA that's going to be doing it. You have the American Astronomical Society that's going to be doing it. You're going to have Texas University. You're going to have all these other ones. If you want me to do it, I'll go ahead and do it. So far it's yes, do it, film it, please do it. Sure. Yes, please. Okay. So what I'll do is when it gets close, when we're about 20 minutes out from the full eclipse, again, just now, for those of you who know that I'm in the premiere train. So today's video is going to be on the eclipse. It's just kind of general mellow chit chat and whatever. It's not an exciting video. I want to tell you point blank. It's not an exciting video. But I talk a little bit about the annular eclipse. I talk a little bit about the total eclipse, what the differences in them are. Um, the fact that I have waited for something like this my entire life. I've seen some really, really cool things. I've seen comets. I actually watched Shoemaker Levy impact Jupiter. I actually got to see Shoemaker Levy when it passed through. I was in the Navy during the time frame. I remember seeing the comet that was here. Actually, I think there were 2 of them. So I've seen 2 comets in my lifetime, or maybe 3 comets in my lifetime. I've seen lunar eclipses. I've seen partial solar eclipses. We had the one event in 2017, but I've never seen a total eclipse. I've never seen a lunar or a full solar eclipse. And we are in a very unique spot in San Antonio because in 2023 and 2024, the path of the two eclipse come right over Austin, San Antonio area. So for this one, I get to see it in my backyard. I don't really have to go anywhere. Now we have an event that we're going to be going to. Yoxnev, Josh is in the house. Josh, thank you so much for being a channel member. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for being here. Um, AZ Coins is in the house. Thank you so much for being here, AZ. I really appreciate it. Shell Bean is here. I'm going to go back over and say hi. Sketch and Go Crazy is in the house. Thank you so much. See Happy Chappy. I think I said hi. Yeah, I did say hi to you earlier. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Who else is in here that I missed? Did I miss? Jack Gallman is in the house. Thank you, Jack. I appreciate you being here. I think that's everybody. If I missed you, I'm sorry. I don't mean to. Um, but we're in a really unique place this year because we get this crossing, we get this X marks the spot. I mean, quite literally, X marks the spot in my backyard. And so I get to see an annular eclipse, which is happening today, here in like 2.5 hours. Uh, I'm 2.5. I'm so excited. For those of you that don't know, what time on eclipse I have my glasses. Okay, so it depends on where you're at in the path. Okay, so you know what? Let me do this. Scott S is in the house. Thank you, Scott S, for being here. I appreciate the channel support. I really do. Let's do this. Eclipse path map and times. Annular eclipse. All right. All right. So I want to share this real quick. Let's share my screen. We want to do. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and make this full screen. So if you'll do me a favor, James Schultz, I'm not in the path of totality. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. So you'll see this dark shadow. Okay. This dark shadow is the path of totality. So hopefully you guys can see my cursor on the screen. If you can't, from the upper left-hand side, I'm going to go down from left to right, top to bottom. Do you have to have special glasses? Absolutely. Safety paramount, number one, as crazy Russian stacker or crazy Russian hacker, whatever his name is, states, safety is number one priority, right? So yeah, you absolutely have to have special glasses. Our local HEB here in Texas still has them. You can check the different ones. Um, but anyway, it's really cool. But you do have to have one. Um, there are some special glasses. If you're utilizing your phone, there are definitely lenses and things that you want to protect. Do not look at the sun through a telescope. Do not look at the sun through binoculars. Do not look at the sun through your telephone, an SLR, unless you have the proper filters in place. You can totally destroy your eyes, burn holes in them. Remember that when you're looking through telescopes and retinal things, they focus the beam of light directly into your eye. You can cook your eye real quick. So you definitely want to make sure you're utilizing your special glasses. Now go to an event in your area if you're in this path. Again, starting from the upper left and down. Me, absolutely, you can welders classes. That is absolutely approved. So that is something you definitely can do. But again, so starting from the upper left, at 9:20 in the morning, it's going to pass through about Eugene, Oregon, down just to the east of Medford, Oregon. It's going to pass down through Nevada at about 9:25. It's going to be in the Nevada desert. It's going to pass through central Utah at about 10:30 a.m. Mountain Time. It's going to go ahead and come down on through Las Cruces, pass down through Albuquerque, New Mexico, sometime around 10:40 Mountain Time, and then we're going to be shifting into Central Time here as it enters into Texas. So as it comes down about 11:45, it's going to be in and around Midland and Odessa. So if you're in that area about 11:30 to 11:45, you want to be ready. In San Angelo, about 11:50 a.m. Central Time frame, and then in San Antonio, it's going to hit us about 11:52 in the morning, and the solar eclipse should be ending at about noon. I think our end time is noon. So that's the path. If you want to take a screen capture of this, then you can do so. If you live in um, Oregon, you're talking about 9:15 a.m. Pacific time. Again, you're looking at a couple hours from now, but it moves pretty quickly. Uh, the path from the sun as it crosses across the US, the total time is only about 2.5 hours, if you're including all of the time zones. But again, it's definitely something that you're going to want to check out. Now, there's another cool thing about this. Now, the people are like, well, it doesn't pass me in 2023. In 2024, there's going to be another one. Now, um, in 2024, it's going to change. Now, when you're looking specifically at um, the variety of areas, I'm going to pull up this map, not math. Excuse me, language is difficult. But I'm going to share this map with you really quickly. So let me share this one. This one is coming from the National Eclipse webpage. If you want to go to it, then you can go ahead and click on that. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and I'm going to work my way up. So here's the path that's going to happen. Now, again, this is April 8th, 2024. Okay, so if you live in any of these states, now again, it's going to be moving from left to right. So it's going to be moving in this direction. Okay, so you're going to be going from the gray to the pink, blue, green, blue, yellow, red. Okay, so this is going to be the general cross. So it's going to be going through Mexico around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's going to cross into San Antonio again, our backyard. We're in this path again. It's absolutely awesome. Around 1:33. Now, again, this is April 8th. Okay, look at this date. Um, it's going to pass through Austin about 1:30. Now, we're going to be a little bit north. We're going to move north a little bit because San Antonio's on the cusp. We're in northern San Antonio, more towards Bernie, or born, depending upon how you look at it. So this is kind of the path. Again, this is 2024. It's going to pass up through here, Clips, Oklahoma. It's going to pass through Arkansas, kind of come up through Missouri, Illinois, up into Indianapolis, Indiana, Toledo, Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, Pennsylvania. It's going to go through New York, slide on up through Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and then head on up into Newfoundland. And so this is the general path that it's going to be taking in 2024. So you have about 6 months to prepare. Now, mind you, if you're going to be traveling because you want to see this, then you're going to want to make sure that you're booking reservations and flights and all that stuff because that stuff is already being booked, right? April 8th, most likely in many places, is already sold out. But you're going to want to get your glasses and stuff now. So prepare for it, right? This is definitely something that you're going to want to do. Um, but again, this is the path. Now, the really cool thing about this, and this is the um, cool thing about this, and I'm going to show this. Make this a little bit bigger, and then I'll share my screen. This is something that excites the holy hell out of me. Okay. And again, I've told you guys that I have I have a love for this. This is something that I absolutely enjoy. My original thought for a YouTube channel was going to be physics and astronomy and doing that kind of stuff, but I just chose coins because I just really enjoy the coins. I like to learn about it and share. But this would have been the other thing if I was to do anything on a channel. This would have been the other thing. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. And this is quite literally when you talk about treasure, astronomical treasure, X marks the spot. So I'm here in San Antonio. So this is the path that comes across this way is April 8th, 2024. This is today. Now you can see that we're located about here. I'm located about right here, about where just below the dot in the eye of San Antonio. And so I'm going to move a little bit north. So we're going to go up probably the New Braunfels area to watch this. So we're going to be finding it. We're going to be traveling a little bit north in 2024 to be able to do that. But I'm about right here. So I'm still in the path of totality, but we're still going to be going north a little bit to make sure that we were in that particular realm. Um, Again, Austin is here. Now, Austin, if you're an Austinite, you have to come south. But again, it's crazy cool. Now, for those of you that are saying that it's cloudy outside, I can't tell you how sorry I am. We got beautiful skies. We got high wispy clouds. We got some pretty high winds. We're expecting clouds to kind of come in and out. But overall, we expect it to be warm enough that it's going to burn off a lot of ours. But anyway, this is extremely cool. So this is again, history for me, where I actually get to see two eclipses in 6 months of each other. It's absolutely amazing. Now the difference, and again, I'm going to be going over this um, in uh, my video. So let me pull this up. So again, there's going to be two types of eclipses. Okay, one of them is going to be an annular eclipse, and the other one is going to be a um, total eclipse. Now, there is a difference. Okay, so the difference in these two. Now, I'm going to share one more screen with you, and then I'll quit talking about this. So let me get this up real quick because again, it's really cool stuff. Hopefully, you guys see. Um, Oops, nope, I can't share that. I just realized what site this was, and I will not share that site. Hold on just a sec. I need to get away from there's one site that I won't share because of some things that they do, but we'll get over here to space.com. Space.com does provide great information. You can look at this. This is absolutely really good. So here on your screen, you're going to see two eclipses. Okay, so the one on the left is an annular eclipse. Okay, so an annular eclipse is so when you talk about the perigee or the perigee of the Earth in relation to the Moon and the Sun, apogee, perigee, I can't remember which one it is. Um, you're looking at how big the Moon is in retrospect to Earth's position against the Sun. Depending upon how close it is, the Moon will either completely block out the photosphere, leaving the item on the right, or it will blot out like 99% of it, which will leave the item on the left. Now, the item on the left is called the Ring of Fire. I jokingly refer to Johnny Cash. I fell into a burning ring of fire. Not the same thing, obviously. The first time I heard that song, I thought he was singing about chlamydia. Um, Come to find out, he was actually talking about marriage. Um, but the ring of fire is on the left. That's the annular eclipse. On the right-hand side is the total eclipse. Now they are both full eclipses. Now I want to be very clear on that. Both of these are full. One is annular and the other is total. Now with total, you get what they call the diamond ring. Now they don't show the diamond ring here. Yeah, you did heard something about chlamydia. I was thinking Johnny Cash originally when I heard that song was thinking about a venereal disease, but he was actually talking about marriage, and the ring was the ring of fire. Um, but that's not what I thought of when he said I fell into a burning ring of fire. Um, you have absolutely perfect timing, Miss Coin Crew. Good to see you. Miss Coin Crew, thank you so much for being here and being supporting the channel. I appreciate you a ton. Um, David's not here, man. Mr. Carlisle, thank you for being here, brother. But then again, what we're going to see today is the item on the left-hand side. This right here is the annular eclipse, and this is what we're going to be experiencing here in about an hour and oh, 30 minutes, hour and 35 minutes from now. So again, everybody in chat said they would like me to do this. So I'm going to live stream starting at about 11:30 to 12, maybe 12:15. I'll try to get the best images that I can. I'll be with a whole bunch of people. It's going to be noisy and chaos. So I won't be able to set it up and have music and all that other kind of stuff, but I will stream it. People said that they want me to stream it. I don't know what the quality is going to be. Again, I'll have it on my phone. I don't have a big old setup put together, but I will put it together. But there are places where you can watch it from your computer, from your phone. But again, what we're going to be seeing here, because of the position of the Earth in relation to this, is going to be the one on the left. This is going to be an annular eclipse. Now, again, for those who missed it, an annular eclipse versus a total eclipse is because the position of the moon and the Earth, it's farther away from the sun. We're at our apogee is farther away from the sun. And because of that, the moon appears 11 times smaller. Now, we don't notice that with the human eye, but against the distance of time, that vision against the sun just takes a little bit out. And so we see this ring of fire. Now, the negative part to seeing an annular eclipse is you don't get to see that beautiful corona that you get to see in a total eclipse, which is on the right-hand side. Now, that is something that we're going to be able to see April 8th of 2024 as that path goes back up through Mexico, through Texas, and then exits in that kind of mild arc out towards Newfoundland. So again, check your location, check against that. Paul is in the house. Thank you for being a channel member, my friend, but also quite the bummer that you guys got cloudy skies up there in Oregon. Hopefully that you guys get a little bit of a break in the clouds here in the next few hours before that passes over. Because this is going to be an amazing event. But you guys got to see a pretty cool phenomenon in 2017. So you guys got to see the total eclipse in 2017, where we only got to see the partial. So Corona, I can open it and see it in my fridge. I do not want to subscribe, space.com. Thank you very much. But again, now a lunar eclipse is just the opposite. Now the lunar eclipse is where the Earth passes between the sun and the moon. And that's when you have the lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipses are cool. I've seen a number of those. A lunar eclipse in a harvest moon or a lunar eclipse in a blood moon, when you have things like a major fire or something like that, is absolutely phenomenal. Just really cool. The phenomenon is really, really neat. So if that's something that you're interested in, we can look at dates. If you guys like the astronomy stuff, this is like my second love. If you guys ever want to talk about this, if you guys are interested in doing that, let me know. If maybe once a quarter or something like that, I can find a cool astronomical event and share with you guys. just to do something a little bit of a deviation from just the normal numismatic stuff. But I wanted to share with you guys why I was streaming a little earlier today, kind of where I'm going and what's going on. Lunar eclipse is the shadow of the Earth on the moon. Absolutely, Dave. Again, the cool thing about a lunar eclipse is that you can still see the moon, but you can understand that you can. There's a really cool physics lesson in a lunar eclipse in that light will bend around an object, so you can actually see light from the object behind. So even though light is being blocked by the shadow of the Earth, the light still bends around the Earth enough to have some luminescence of the moon, so you still can see it. If light didn't work in that momentum, in that pattern form, then it would be absolutely dark and you wouldn't be able to see the moon at all. Again, cool physics, astrophysics and stuff is really cool, but just fun stuff. Looks like a nicely toned coin. Uh, if I saw a big black spot in the middle of my coin, I would think it looked like carbon, not toning. And if I saw that color on a coin, I would say that it was most likely cleaned. So I would not try to grade a coin from a photo. It's not accurate. Yeah, listen to Paula. Uh, Matter of fact, there was a video that came out this morning by Coin Help You talking about that very thing, looking at people who are arguing about an MS-68 grade and trying to evaluate whether the marks were on the coin itself or whether the marks were on the holder. Caused some description or some discrepancy between what people thought. PCGS had some words against NGC. Um, so that's a fun little video. If you can check out Daniel's video on that, pretty cool stuff. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up now. Uh, I still want you to jump on the premiere train. Okay, so Will's treasures. Let me try that again. Hold on. Gotta do my Panucci mug. Okay. Why does I do that? Because it says frostbite the right way. I have my camera reversed. Again, while I'm doing this thing, if you guys haven't seen this, I've already got my frostbite logo shirt. I am going to be putting out a couple of things. They're only going to be limited editions. A very small run just because I want to. I'll tell you when that's going to come out. Ida built this one for me. She sent me this. I got 99 more logos like this that I can use. So it's again, they're going to be very limited runs. And I'm thinking I'm going to do a limited edition hat, limited edition T-shirt, limited edition polo. But we'll talk about that later. I'm not worried about that too much, but we'll see. Anyway, I know this was not numismatics. We talked about, dirty hands, cleaning coins, washing your hands, doing that kind of stuff. Me, if you win, I'm a wingnut. But again, wanted just to kind of throw some stuff up there. Have a fun time. Limited. I am one of one. God knows that there better only be one of me. Because man, I'm a lot to handle. I appreciate you all. I can't tell you how much I appreciate the kindness and generosity. Um, the channel member support, the super chats, all that stuff. Again, it all goes to the channel. So thank you so much for your kindness and generosity towards me. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. And again, just thanks for everybody for being in the stream. Please jump over and see Will's treasures. If you want to see a little bit more, most of the stuff I just shared with you is going to be in the video that's going to be done in my Premiere Train video. But please go check it out. Hit that like. If you're not a member already, I think everybody in here is subscribed. If you're not a member, go look at it. I'm not pushing my memberships, but if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to do so. Y'all be well, be blessed, and I will go live. Now, here's the kicker, okay? And I'm going to say this, but I want everybody to understand something very, very, very clear, okay? I'm going live at a request, but I want you to go watch Ringmaster Ray, and I want you to go watch Miss Coin Crew. Okay. I will stream it live. You can watch it after the event, but go watch their Premier Trade stuff. Um, I don't mean to be streaming over people, but this is a once in a lifetime event. So if you guys want me to do that, I will do that. Miss Coin Crew. I always forget that I have memberships on my channel. Yeah, Miss Coin Crew, but you have a lot more. You have a lot more members than I do. Yep, I am going to Rockzilla. People in the chat have requested that I do that. So I will do that. I was just making a statement that me going live will go over to people in the Premier Train. Um, I want you guys, if you're going to be on a phone and you can only watch one, go watch the Premier Train. Right? I'll record it. I'll do that stuff. You can see it after the fact. But these guys have put a lot of effort. This is a 3-year running process. So I want to support them. Oh, how dare you? Hey, you know what? I love you. I'm sending people your way. I even added a new little squirrely feature in my video from Miss Coin Crew. She sent me a little gift. So I added that for you all. But we will see you guys later. Again, I'll run live about 11:30. I'm only going to do it live for 30 minutes. But always hold the coin by the edge, not the rim, and not the face or the obverse. Excuse me. See Happy Chappy. Take care. Yep. And wear gloves. Protect yourself and protect your coins. Love you all. Take care. Have a good time. And we will see you tomorrow morning. All right. Peace out. We'll see you. Bye bye. It didn't end. That was kind of a lack